guys, so we're gonna do a quick video because I spent all that time editing my Hero Arts July kit, and then my free month expired on me and I lost everything because I'm not willing to buy something until I know how it works. So I guess I'm gonna have to give in on that motto and actually buy one probably next week or the week before we leave on vacation. In the meantime, before I get too far behind, I'm just going to show you the cards I made for that kit and for Simon Says Stamps August kit, Mandy's Flowers. I'll do two separate videos though. And just so you know, I made 10 cards for the Hero Arts kit plus 2 birthday cards. Of course, the birthday cards went out, but I did quick filming of them, which you guys can't see now. But my kids took 3 of the cards I made for the 10 cards, one kit. So I only have 7, unless I can find the last 3. So I'll show you what I have. And this is a regular A2 size card, and I just cut about 3/4 of an inch off the front. I used some Cloudburst with some liquid. I think it was with my glitter pen to paint the background on the base of the card. Then I used my Salty Ocean and Tumbled Glass Distress Oxide to do the clouds with a stencil. And then I heat embossed my balloons, hot air balloons, with clear embossing powder and watercolored them with my Arteza Real Brush pens. And then I just used that neat guillotine with the trim, the decorative edge that I got from my grandmother's, the antique, to cut the edges of that before I put it on the base. And it's flat on the base, nothing fancy, too fancy with this card. And I used the airplane with VersaFine and embossed it with clear embossing powder and put hello there with 2 clouds stamped on it. And then when you open the inside, you can put whatever you like. You still see the plane. And then I lined it with the edges with the cloud stamp. The second card, I took the tickets, I printed out a whole bunch, cut them up. Oh, sorry, got a bug on me, guys. That was horrible. That's the problem with living near the woods. You open your door to come in at night and a whole bunch of bugs follow you. Anyway, colored all the colors in all the tickets in rainbow colors. Cut them out, glued them in different spots, you know, like you see all around the base of the card. And I just use a regular A2, I think it's just some 110-pound white paper I got from Joann Fabrics. And then I cut the excess off the edges. Inside it says enjoy the ride, and I put a couple more of the extras that I cut off of the front on the inside hanging off. And then the center has a piece of vellum with a Ferris wheel and a fence, you know, like the fences that you stand in line for the ride. And another bug, guys. Are you kidding me right now? It's like, I can tell it's gonna rain because, and sorry for the jiggling, I'm hand holding this because as you can see I have my regular camera set up. Because whenever it gets ready to rain here, the bugs seem to like just flock from the woods all over the back of our house. Okay, and then I heat embossed some of the balloons that came in the stamp set after I colored them in with a marker, and then I put glossy accents on them. And I also used the stamp, the pointing finger with the fun, so that you know you're opening it to the fun. So that's the second card, and honestly I think that's one of my favorites. Card 3 is actually, I turned it into like an invitation. So it's a trifold, like a gate card, and it says come one, come all. And I heat embossed the background stamp on the bottom with VersaFine and clear embossing, actually clear glitter embossing powder. Use the fireworks and the border stamp, and this little pointy finger is popped up on foam tape, and then so is this little purple gem, and I used a piece of twine, or baker's twine, and glued that under there before I put the gem and the 3-dimensional tape under there to make a loop to hook it together. And then when you open it up, it says welcome. And there's a whole fair going on here, a whole carnival, which by the way, the fair is just arrived this week to our area. But I don't know if we're going because we're going on vacation in exactly 14 days. Cocoa Beach, people. Maybe I'll put some videos on YouTube. Anyway, back to the card. It's all one layer. It's all stamped on there and colored in. And I made sure to add a couple different things. And originally I was going to ink up the sky, but I thought it looked better with the white. I did put a little bit of grass on there and some gray to shade in and ground the images. If you guys are wondering exactly what type of card this is, it says come one, come all, welcome. And then if you look on the back, it's an invitation. And you can put down your information on there. And I thought that was pretty cute. I thought this was a good set to do that with. This is card 4. And I did end up using 2 of the postcards. This is one. The other one I turned into, it was similar to this, but not exact. I turned it into a birthday card for my 19-year-old, I'm sorry. And hers was glow in the dark. I did the fireworks in glow in the dark and the happy birthday sign with glow in the dark heat embossing powder. This one I did the blending with my Distress Oxides. I extended the background stamp so that it would go the whole length. I also used Distress Oxide ink on the postcard itself before I glued this layer down. Did some balloons. I sprayed some of the gold spray from one of the other Hero Arts kits. I think it was the one with the little boy on the moon fishing. I forget which month that kit was from. It's just a simple 1-layer card. A lot of 1 layers on this one. And it says, I'm here for you through ups and downs. Card number 5. I used the paper that the stamps and the dies were adhered to. Cut it to fit my craft card base. I used my Sizzix scale up to circles to cut this circle out of pink cardstock. It's popped up on foam tape, and then I use this cute little snack stand. I printed it, stamped it on a craft cardstock, colored it in with my Prismacolor pencils, and then I actually hand drew these, the 2 lollipops and the cotton candies, from pictures of the stamp set that I did not purchase from Hero Arts that was an add-on to this kit. And these cotton candy, I did like Distress ink smushing with Warren lipstick, picked raspberry for the pinks, and then I think it was Salty Ocean, and I forget the other color for the blue cotton candy. And these suckers I just did in glitter gel pens. And it just says hello, and that's heat embossed, so I would make sure that that stayed onto that paper. And I think that's a top folding card, yeah. And card number 6. I know I'm missing a card because there's another card that I used that big decorative die on, the fancy die on. Anyway, it says enjoy the ride. I used the insides on this one. I actually did watercolor with 3 different blues on the base of this card and did little swirls, and then I added in some, actually it was, you know what it was? It was these. They were watercolors, but they were like metallic watercolors, and I forget who makes this set. Here you go. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. I used the blues in there and the whites and did a background, and then I used my mustard seed. I used regular Distress inks for this. Mustard seed and I think scattered straw. Maybe a little bit of squeezed lemonade to color that paper before I used the fancy die to cut it out. I put enjoy the ride. I stamped and colored a whole bunch of hot air balloons and put different patterns on them, but I only ended up using these 5. And then I put some yellow sequins that I had left from a Simon Says stamp kit from, I think, last Easter on there, and that was it for that card. And it's really gonna bug me because I know that I used the negative to that fancy die, and now it's driving me crazy to know where those last 3 cards went, guys. It's not often I lose cards or people take them. Okay, now this is, I told you that ticket card was my favorite card. This is probably my second favorite card. So I did a scene. This is on, I think it's Schoolhouse Red, Simon Says stamp cardstock. I colored in the Ferris wheel, I colored in the carousel, and then I also, if you can see that, I flipped the carousel stamp and traced, or no, actually I think I traced the die. That's what I did. I traced the inside of the die and kind of made a tent out of the carousel stamp. And it says clown tent. I made another one, but it ended up being too busy on this card. And it was a red tent, and it said palm reading. I forgot what I added to that, but I decided to go with the clown tent. And I used my Lawn Fawn stitched hillside dies, and I popped up that hill there on foam tape, and I put acetate in here and made this a little window, kind of like a shaker card, but with an opening on the side. And it says pull here. So that when you pull, assistant, would you like to pull that for me? You make the world go round. So I thought that was a cute idea. And that slides in and out. My kids really like this card, but I still think the other ticket one is my favorite. So those are the 7 cards I have for you guys. Sorry I can't find the other 3. If I do find them ever, I will do another short video showing you those last 3 cards. And I'm so sorry. You guys have been so patient with me and this whole editing crap. I can only call it bull crap because it's just my luck. This is the kind of stuff that happens to me. I finally start getting all my camera stuff, although I am going to do away with this because a lot of my films will end up backwards. I'm looking into getting a ceiling mount for my camera. Anyway, that's just more talking. I want to get this finished so I can put it up and make the video for the Simon Says stamp cards that you guys have yet to be able to see. Thank you so much for being patient with me. Subscribe if you like what you see, and hit that notification button because I will be doing another giveaway shortly. I will also be doing a giveaway for my Arteza Real Brush pens because they sent me a new set with the names labeled on them. So I hardly used them. They've only been used a few times, and I figured it would be a nice giveaway for you guys to have the set of, what is it, 42 or 48? I'm not sure. So that will be coming up soon also. You guys have a wonderful week. See you soon.